Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be looking at GBPJPY, GBPJPY. Okay, all right. So we just finished analyzing Euro JPY, and looking at GBPJPY, we see some similarities. As a matter of fact, they are almost at the same level. Euro JPY is already at the 50% level, same as GBPJPY. So is it going to go up? Is it going to come down? Let's find out. Now, looking at the monthly time frame, we can immediately see a range up, down, up, down, up, down, a range, and an interesting, what are we going to call this? An interesting double bottom. Yeah, a massive double bottom that just might be completed this year. Well, as at the time of recording this video, it hasn't broken the neckline yet. So we would love to see that happen, but having that on the monthly time frame is already a sign that the market is looking to go up. Right, it's already a good sign that the market is looking to go up. If we zoom in more closely, we could see how it broke the support area and then turned it to resistance. I broke it here, played around it for a while, came, took out some stop loss. That's usually liquidity grab, and then shot up. Alright, so this is already a good sign that the market is looking to go upwards, but we will need the market to confirm that for us. Even if we speculate, so we will need the market to confirm that for us. Let's go to the weekly time frame quickly. Or do we see any other thing on the monthly? Yep, we see how it fell off from the 50% level. Right here, it hit our 50% level, this green line, and then see the reaction. Fell off drastically. That's several pips. How many pips would that be? Let's quickly check. All the way from here down, that's about 750 pips. Okay, so that's a lot. Now let's look at the weekly time frame and see what we find. Does it look like it wants to create a head and shoulder pattern? Does it look like that? This was a beautiful trade. This was a really beautiful trade. See how it broke, came down, played around, and then went out to take out stop losses, and then created this candle pattern right here. So that alone is a good buy signal. Right, that alone is already a good buy signal. You just go down to the lower time frame and look for entry opportunities and tighten your stop loss. Right, and then see how it's played around and then eventually shot up again. Right, and since then it's been going up, created higher highs year to year up until it got to this 50% level of the zones. But now it's looking like it wants to create a head and shoulder. This is the left head neckline, left shoulder rather, neckline, the head is coming down. Is it possible it's going to do this and come back down? Let's watch. And personally, I think that's what it's going to do. I'll show you why I said so in the 4-hour time frame. We've said it a couple of times. The market doesn't do anything by mistake. Every move it makes is intentional. Every move it makes is intentional. Alright, so as at now, what we have is the market is trying to go up to test this level again. Is trying to go up to test that level again. Is it going to break? Is it not going to break? Apart from that, we do not see any other thing on the, and we also notice that it didn't break the, let's assume this is a higher high, right? Created a higher high. It tried coming down, but it didn't break that level, the previous low. You see, right? It didn't break the previous low right here. So all of this is forming a bullish move, at least to the neckline. At least to the neckline. I think we could even take a trade. Let's get to the 4 hour, but before then, let's look at the daily time frame first. Okay, on the daily time frame, we can see a double bottom that was formed and is already completed. Neckline, that's one leg, head, neckline, second head, second leg completed. Cool. Okay, I think this is going to be a beautiful trade for us to take. It's gonna be a bit. Let's just go to the 4 hour time frame and see if we could have a good risk to reward ratio. Just a second, guys, let me quickly check something. Quickly. Okay, so from ideally after it has hit, we prefer to enter the market on a break and retest basis, right? But before the recording of this video, I was looking at this chart and I wasn't comfortable with the retest, right? I'm not comfortable with the retest. What I expect is, as it breaks here, it's supposed to come back, if not on the line, it should at least be close enough. But this is quite far. Right? And it hasn't even completed the retest. It didn't touch this green trail, right? If it had touched it, okay, that would have been a complete retest in our definition, but it didn't. And we said the market doesn't do anything unintentionally, it does everything intentional. It didn't touch here, it created space here, so that's a concern for us. But since we've seen on the higher time frame that it most likely wants to go and create a second head, we're going to look out to do something very interesting on this pair. We're going to create a pending order now, but I need a 2:1 reward to risk at least, so I'm going to take this down. Yeah, okay, cool. So if the price, I'll be watching the price. I think this is a free signal, right? I see this is one of the reasons you should be subscribed and you should have the notification bell turned on, so once we post videos like this, you could easily join quickly on free trades like this. So in as much as this doesn't meet our criteria, we are going to allow the market come to us and then we go in. If we take the trade right where it is on this price, it's going to be giving us a bad reward to risk ratio, and it's not worth the risk. It didn't even complete our rules. Okay, but how do we come about this trade right now? If you watch our previous videos, you'll find how we analyze the price once it hits our 50% level. So we take it from the last major zone. We draw a trend line from the last major zone, as you've seen from here, up until the end, right? And so long as the price hasn't broken that major zone, we'll still be looking for buying opportunities. When it breaks the major zone, we'll then begin to look for selling opportunities, or vice versa, right? And we're not trying to force the trend line to fit in, so we're looking at the extremities. right? This ends, right? And this is how the trend line has gone. So we'll wait till whenever the price breaks this trend line before we can jump in, right? Okay, so now it hits here. This is where it hits. Let's get rid of this since we already have. Okay, cool. So it hits here. Then we'll now start looking for buying or selling opportunities. But since it's still above our trend line, above this trend line, we'll be looking for buying opportunities, and we just spotted one. After this retracement, it went down, came up, went down, and all of this, right? So initially we go away. Okay, so we've drawn the trend line already from the top here to the bottom to connect it with this. So we're just waiting for a break and retest, and that break we've gotten right here, right? Because it broke the trend line doesn't mean we'll just jump into the trade. So we're going to wait for the market to retest and then give us a good entry. Now, like we said at the beginning, that retest we expected somewhere close to the trend line, but this gap is too much and we're not comfortable with it, so we're just going to play safe. But then on the other hand, looking at the weekly time frame, the weekly time frame was it the weekly time frame we saw? Cool. The weekly time frame, we could see it as though it wants to create a head and shoulder. This is the left shoulder, the head, and it might be creating this right shoulder. Okay, so having that in mind, we will take the risk, but we will allow the market to come to us so we could get a better risk to reward ratio. If the market doesn't come to us, we are not going in, right? If the market, don't chase the market. If the market doesn't come to us, we're not going in. So we're going to wait for the price to come here. This is actually a signal right here, but it's a pending order. We're going to wait for the price to come right to 184.038, and then our stop loss would be here, and then take profit 1 will be there. When it gets here, we'll take some part of our profit and then move the stop loss to break even, and then see how it goes. Right, I think pretty much we're gonna take a huge percentage. Normally we take a small percentage, and then, but because it's already close to this level, we'll take a huge percentage, and once it hits there, this will be our final take profit level. When it hits there, we expect the market to react either by dropping or going further. Alright, so that's our take on GBPJPY. That's our take on GBPJPY. If this video was helpful to you, kindly subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you could as well leave a comment if you would like us to look at any currency pair. Alright guys, peace out.